Another way, another graph we're going to look at quite often is your box and whisker plot or box plot. Your box and whisker plot is just a graphical summary of your 5-number summary. We graphically plot our 5 numbers. Our lowest point goes on the left, highest point on the right. Our first quartile and the third quartile make our box, and then we put our median right in the middle. And what happens is it tells you each 25% of your data is in that range. So we know this middle 25%, they're pretty close together, aren't they? And if your tail goes to the left, it's negatively skewed. If it goes to the right, it's positively skewed. If they have about equals, that's symmetric. And we can also make one without outliers. Remember, an outlier is just a number that's really, really big or really, really small that doesn't fit in with the rest of our data. So let's do a problem here. It says the hourly wage for random sample of employees at a restaurant are shown in the table. Use a graphing calculator to create a box and whisker plot, then describe the shape of this distribution. So we're going to go into decimals, and I've already put my numbers in to save us some time. So here's I put it in the list called T. So what I'm going to do is click on functions. I'll click on the third tab for distributions. The box plot is the one very to the right, and I click on box plot. Now it's going to say, what box plot do I want? Well, I'm going to call mine T. And here is my box and whisker plot. Now notice there's an offset. This offset number makes your table go up, makes your graph go up and down. So it's kind of like your vertical displacement. So if I put it up at 8, I can put it down at -2. It goes below my graph. I like to actually have it on 0 so I can see my numbers. So they make perfectly sense. And then my height, just like it says, if I make my height 2, my box gets bigger. If it gets smaller, I'll make it 1. Now notice what are we counting by here? Because it goes 6, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And so every tick mark is a half. And you can have it be a half. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here into my wrench. I'm going to change it. I'm going to start at 5. I can actually even start at 6 maybe. I still want a little bit of a margin. I'm going to go up to 25, and what I'll do is I'll count by ones. That way I can see my numbers. And notice I have a little bit further tail to the left, so this is negatively skewed again. So we're going to say this is negatively skewed. So now I can put my 5-number summary, because any distribution we want to describe with a 5-number summary. So we're going to go to the lowest, the first quartile, the third quartile, the median. Whoops, I did that again, didn't I? Median, then my third quartile, then my highest. And the nice thing about the box and whisker plot, we don't have to do any calculations because it's right there for us. I just have to look at my graph. So in my graph, my lowest number is 7. My first quartile is where the first box starts, so that's 13. My median is 17. That's where the vertical line goes through the middle of your, or inside your box. Your third quartile is the end of your box, which is 19.5, because we're going halfway between 19 and 20. And my highest is going to be at 23. And there it is, a distribution of our graph with a summary, a numerical summary of that distribution.